A young woman is working out at the gym when she gets some unwanted attention from a very persistent guy. When he comes too close, she's had enough.
Don't come near me.
A woman to be submissive to God, submissive to men, and to be graceful, quiet, and lovely. That's what God called woman to be. Not go around trying to act like you're so powerful.
We need to go back to burning women alive.
And of course, women must earn less than men because they are weaker, they are smaller, they are less intelligent, and they must earn less. That's all.
Whoa, what the dude?
Spat at me. It actually landed on my side of my face and on my leg.
All lives matter.
This is not new, and that is the problem. This issue is not about one incident. It is cultural. It is a culture of lack of impunity, of accepting of violence and violent language against women, in an entire structure of power that supports that.
Unfortunately, what brings us to this moment are the structural and cultural conditions, and yes, the very men that have normalized the marginalization of women, and specifically women of color, since this nation's very inception.
As we hear countless stories from lawmakers representing not only their constituents, but calling out the attacks of misogyny and sexism against women, it is impossible to look no further than sports. With the Women's World Cup taking place in Australia and New Zealand, the competitors proudly represent their country, even if those back home or taking it in worldwide show unwarranted and unfounded disdain. No matter the country, it's the same BS energy. A survey conducted by the group Women in Football found 82% of its members reporting some form of discrimination defined as including sexism, sexual harassment, and derogatory comments on ability based on gender, up from 66% in 2020. Of those who had such an experience, only 23% said they felt they could report it to their employer.
Better seen and not heard, am I right, guys?
These stark numbers are echoed elsewhere in the research, which shows an increase in the number of members reporting sexual harassment, and 93% of respondents saying they had experienced impediments in their career because of their gender, which sadly has affected those competing at the World Cup. Take Colombia, for example. Global Sport Matters would write, since 2015, active and former players, trainers, and their families have reported disturbing cases of sexual harassment, assault, and wage theft. In short, the men who run Colombian football have shown that their corruption and sexism overpowered their desire to build a winning team. The Zambian women's soccer team also dealt with this controversy. Bruce Mwape, the manager of the squad, helped them qualify for their first World Cup ever. However, the Football Association of Zambia said in September 2022 it had referred an investigation into allegations of sexual abuse in the women's game to FIFA. Mwape and the U17 coach Kalubanga Kangwa are understood to have been among those employees who were investigated. If Mwape wants to sleep with someone, you have to say yes, one player who requested anonymity told The Guardian. It's normal that the coach sleeps with the players in our team. Then there was this as well. The FIFA Ethics Committee said Yves Jean Bart, the president of Haiti's Soccer Federation for 20 years, allegedly R-worded girls as young as 14 and took habitual mistresses among players. The details were included in a newly published verdict that explained why Jean Bart was banned from soccer for life. As the New Yorker wrote, there is some skepticism that FIFA is capable of addressing these matters. It was FIFA's own former president, Sepp Blatter, who once suggested that women's soccer would be more popular if the players wore tighter shorts.
And what we are seeing is that incidents like these are happening in a pattern. This is a pattern of an attitude towards women and dehumanization of others.